All right, good morning, art students. I hope you had a relaxing weekend, and I hope you're ready to do more art today with those objects that you collected. So today we're going to be, again, like looking at our color wheel. So the primary colors, remember we have red, yellow, blue, and then our secondary colors, we have orange, that's made from red and yellow together, green's made with blue if you mix blue and yellow, and then violet if you mix blue and red. Then our tertiary colors, these are the colors between those primary and secondary colors. So we always say the primary first, so red, orange, red, violet, yellow, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. So that makes up our things. But notice that it says on the bottom, if we look here, it says, artists will be able to create color scheme collages. So today we're going to be looking at this idea of a color scheme. So we're going to be using all these colors that we have and making color schemes out of them. Now I recognize that we really, to find these like red, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and red, violet would be kind of difficult. So we're probably going to be mainly using just primary and secondary colors. But it depends on what you've collected. So one of the color schemes is monochromatic. So what we do is we call this middle color here is called a hue. This would just be blue. And then what you can do is you can tint a color by adding white to it. And this would be if we had paint. So when you're finding objects, you probably found objects that are blue, and then some of them have been tinted, as I saw, like some of them are tinted with black, so they get darker, or with white, so they're like lighter blues. You can also mute a color by adding gray, and that would be something different. And we would be doing this more specifically with paint. But again, we're just looking at the objects that you already collected. So another color scheme is complementary color schemes. So these are color schemes that exist across from each other. So red and green, we have blue and orange, and then we have violet and yellow. Notice that some of these color schemes are things that we're familiar with, like Christmas uses this red and green. That's complementary. It causes both colors to stand out more. This blue and orange, that's the crease array colors. So putting those two colors next to each other makes them pop out. And then like if we think of violet and yellow, the Minnesota Vikings football team. So a lot of sports teams use complementary color schemes because it makes those other colors pop out. Complementary means that they both have an added benefit from it. Another one, split complementary scheme. This one will be a little harder, and I wouldn't suggest doing this one. So what this one is it's green, but then instead of it being red, it would be like red, violet, and red, orange. So just to be aware of this color scheme, a split complementary color scheme, it just makes it more complex. They still cause each other to pop out, but it's not something that we'll be looking at for what your project is for the next couple days. Analogous colors next to each other, so it can be 3 or 4. So it could be like yellow, green, and blue, like between here, or blue, green, and yellow, green. So just things that are right next to each other on the color wheel. It can be 3 or 4 types of colors. So this is something that you'll be able to do. Triadic is evenly spaced. So primary colors, in this case, secondary. So green, orange, and violet. So those are purple. So those would go together as a triadic. Or another one would be the primary colors. So red, yellow, and blue. So that would be another one where it is a triadic. So notice that it makes this triangle. A triadic makes a triangle, but they're equally spaced. So these are all 4 colors away from each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then warm colors, that's just taking anything from red, violet all the way to yellow. So red, violet to yellow. And then the other one, another color scheme would be the cool colors. That's yellow, green, all the way to violet. So basically just blues, greens, and violets. So what we're going to be doing for this, and then I forgot this other one. So neutral colors, we're not really going to be doing this one, but just to be aware of, neutral colors would just be like taking white and black, mixing it together to get grays, or browns, you can mix complements to get there. And there's another way to get browns too. If we were making paint, you can start with orange and then you can add some black to it and you can get brown colors. So today, your assignment, you're going to use the collection of colorful objects that you already have. Some of you are going to want to get more objects. I noticed that you may have just used like one for each color. So if you can find more objects, it'll just be easier to show these the different color schemes. And And then what you will do is you're going to make 6 of those 8 color schemes that we just discussed. So you're going to make 6, so monochromatic, complementary, analogous, triadic, warm colors, and cool colors. Notice that we aren't going to be doing neutral colors, and we are doing the split complementary. So just these 6, and so you're going to make 6 of them, but you're only going to send me 3 of the images. So 3 of the 6, and then for 9th graders, again, on Tuesday, so that'll be today and tomorrow. You'll work on it and send those to me. And then seniors will be working today and Wednesday. So seniors Wednesday at 11:59. 9th graders Tuesday at 11:59. So if you have any questions, make sure to let me know. Again, you're only sending me 3 of the 6. So you're making 6, send me 3. Just to go over these again, monochromatic, 1 hue mixed with black or white. So just be like, you can take all your blue ones and put them together. For complementary, you can take all of your red and all of your green and put those next to each other. Analogous, that would be next to each other. So you could take like your greens and your blues and put those together, and that should be good for analogous. Triadic would be equally spaced. So it could be like your red, your blue, and your yellow, or your violet, your green, and your orange. Warm colors would be your red, violet through, and this should say yellow instead of yellow green. So let me just change that. So that should actually say through yellow. So red, violet through yellow, and then violet through not blue green, but this should say yellow green. So again, you're submitting those images, 3 of the 6. Hope you're all having a great day. Let me know if you have any questions.